Now the next part for doing designs and stuff is I'm going to have the white base coat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the letters that I want, which is just going to be FM, and put the F here. And now let's get the M going. The M right there. I just want the two letters, so that's all I'm going to put on that side. Now over here, I want a Gears of War sign. Now the trickiest part about this is actually cutting out and getting it all set up. I actually have it cut out. Putting it on is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Now the tool you're going to need for these are going to be Scotch tape, a razor blade, this paper that usually has labels on it, so tape will not stick to it. This peels off real easy. And, of course, painter's tape. When you start out by doing this is you'll need a cutting board so you don't cut what you're trying to do, or whatever. You're going to want to start out with tape big enough for the design on your non-stick paper. So if the design's big, you may have to layer it up like this, so it has enough room. Now you want to make sure this is pushed down firmly, so you're not going to have to, so it's not going to come up. So when you take it off, you always want to take off from the first side that you put on, so it'll actually peel all of them off. And now, you want to choose the size of your design. Now I think I'm going to do the smaller guy, because I think he would look better on the controller. Or maybe I'll choose to do the bigger guy. But either way, I want to take the razor blade, and I want to shorten it. So just cut a larger box around him, and pull him out, and get rid of the paper now. Take your design, and make sure it lines up on the controller how you want it, and put it down on the masking tape that you've cut out. Here's where the Scotch tape comes in. Take the clear Scotch tape and simply put it down on the Gears of War on the top part. Take another piece, put it down on the bottom part. Now we're ready to start cutting it out. It's fully covered in Scotch tape, and all now that I have to do is simply push down on the design where I want to cut it, and cut as I go. Now make sure you're pushing down hard enough so you actually cut through the whole design. You don't want to just cut through the top layer of Scotch tape. So if you have a good enough razor blade like I do. Okay, now that I've finished cutting out the full design of the Gears of War head, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the Scotch tape that was on top. And it will be in many small and large pieces, but that's okay, because after you remove all this tape, you can just set this off to the side and make a little trash pile. Now here's one of the more difficult parts of this whole thing. But you want to take your small razor blade and you want to take out the inside of where you already cut. So where that hole is, you're just going to want to take the tape and get it started. Go around in a little circle. Now you may need to make a couple more small cuts, but that's okay. Now you also want to make sure that you pluck out the eyes and the nose of this guy, the skull. Now after you do that, you should be all set to get an edge on the tape. Simply peel off your decal now. Now you may have missed some cuts along the way, so just take your razor blade and make that cut plate by ear. You can usually tell where it should go. So now that you have your Gears of War symbol decal, as you can see, I don't know how well you can see it, but Gears of War decal, I'm going to bring it over here to the controller. I'm going to set this off to the side, and see if I can push this down exactly where I want it to be white.